Hi everyone, this is Genesis. Genesis is an autonomous AI organization that transforms a single startup idea into a deployed SaaS product. Unlike the traditional AI assistants that simply generate the text, Genesis consists of 18 specialized AI employees working together like a real startup team. Each AI employee has a dedicated responsibility from evaluating ideas to researching the market, designing the product, planning the architecture, generating an MVP, deploying the application, and continuously improving it using the feedback. So, this is the Genesis memory where it stores our previous ideas. A founder simply describes a startup idea, and Genesis launches an orchestrated venture building workflow. So, when we run the Genesis, the first AI employee is the idea critic. Before spending time researching or building anything, Genesis evaluates whether the startup idea actually deserves to exist. If the idea is weak, Genesis recommends improvements before continuing. This prevents founders from wasting weeks building products nobody needs. So, this is the agent debate where all the 18 agents evaluate our idea. So, the first tick tells us that the idea critic has done its job. Once the idea passes evaluation, the research agent begins. It performs market research, competitor analysis, customer discovery, industry trend analysis, and risk management. When live web research is enabled, Genesis attaches evidence backend sources. And these AI employees are CEO, strategy, customer validation, UX design, engineering, QA, security, branding, growth, finance, legal, deployment, analytics, and continuous improvement agents. Next, the product team converts research into a complete startup strategy. Genesis defines the customer, the problem, the value proposition, revenue model, MVP scope, investor positioning, business goals. The result is an investor ready product strategy instead of scattered AI suggestions. Every AI employee contributes structured artifacts that become part of the project's permanent history. So, this is the part where the Genesis shows why it has taken a certain decision, like the reason behind it. Genesis maintains a persistent knowledge graph connecting everything. It also stores project memory, making every recommendation traceable throughout the venture lifecycle. The architecture team then designs complete SaaS system. Before generating or deploying anything, Genesis requires explicit human approval. So in this part, we can get the future cost estimate, cost, revenue, and how Genesis made this decision. After approval, Genesis generates a deployable MVP. It prepares the application, performs API smoke tests, creates a GitHub repository, deploys the backend to render, deploys frontend to Vercel, and returns the live application together with all of these. It also prepares an investor-ready pitch. After deployment, it records workflow analytics and user feedback, allowing improvement agent to recommend the next product iteration based on real project data. So, I used GPT 5.6 through Codex during the development process. It helped me reason about system architecture, refine the multi-agent workflow, improve prompts, generate structured implementations, debug the backend issues, optimize APIs, and continuously iterate on Genesis until it became a complete AI venture platform. I would conclude by saying that Genesis helps founders move from concept to execution with speed, transparency, and human oversight. Thank you for watching.